Alright everybody, welcome to the live stream. Let's go and check everything's up and running, everything's sorted, as I've had a little bit of a nightmare. But right, and anyway, I'm going to quickly sort the link out. But we're finally sorted. For a change, I had a nightmare about 1:15, but everything's alright. So you're looking at the thumbnail, and you're probably thinking, what's going on? Let's double check it. Probably thinking, what's going on? Well, Football Insider have said Charlie Wyke's, well, they've revealed his stipulations and what he wants to move, which he's asked for double the amount of the wages what he's getting currently at Sunderland. He's asked for a 4-year contract, and he also wants a signing-on fee, which I was a bit flabbergasted when I first seen the information what come out from the Football Insider, and I was thinking to myself, Jesus, he does want, like, with him being 28-year-old, he's in his prime. Like you say, he scored 30 plus goals for us this season, and they're thinking, he must be thinking, right, this maybe might be that his last big move. Personally, I would say it's a sideways move, personally, as I think Sunderland is a better stepping stone to further his career than what Celtic is. A lot of people will probably disagree with that, as Celtic can offer, you know, Champions League football, but the Scottish League for me is like a Championship league in any way. They probably wouldn't even get into the Premier League if you put Celtic in the Championship. They did have some good players, didn't get us wrong, but the reason they won Charlie Wyke is because the two strikers who's currently at Celtic, one's going to be leaving, and Lee Griffiths' contract's running out, so I think that's why they're going to try and get Charlie Wyke in, basically. I'll quickly jump on the chat, give a few of you shout outs before we get back into the video. Right, further back, Keisha Cameron Jude says, hi, how are you? Alright. Well, bit of a nightmare, but now we're sorted. Clayton Edwards has dropped in, says, hello. Alright, mate. Philip God has dropped in as well. Also, Ben SCFC. Alfie Carver. Can't believe he's leaving, like, for fuck's sake, Sunderland. What is happening with the club? GILESY, gives you opinions. I will, in a split second, give us a quick minute. Ollie Boy says, hello. Quinn Parkin has dropped in as well. Mickey says, see him to Quinn Parkin. He says, seriously hope we don't offer him a new contract now. Alfie Carver as well says, have we signed anyone on? I can't have it. Anyone? Fucking hell, that sounds more like a Geordie than a Mackham. I'm never about joking. Right. Chris Neal's there, get on the pints. Well, I got 4 pint cans, and then I had a couple of brasseries, and there was hell on later. I was too drunk. That was for my birthday, anyway. And Kyle Seckleton chops in, says, alright, we'll get back onto it. Are Sunderland going to be missing these goals? Are we going to be missing all these goals from Charlie Wyke? In my opinion, I didn't think we will. I think Ross Stewart's going to be a better centre forward, striker. Like you say, his movement's much better than Charlie Wyke's. He's got more pace. Then again, his rank 31 goals is not to be sniffed at in any league. 30 plus or whatever it was, 34 I think, including the league goals. So it's not to be sniffed at. But for me, like, the first 2 years, where was he? 9 goals in 50, I think it was 54 appearances, which is absolute shit. It was just a little bit better than Will Grigg. So for me, I think he got lucky with COVID, you know what I mean? And then you've got to look at the best player in the league putting it on his head every time in Aidan McGeady. I think it's a bit of a rat's tricks what he's doing. Like, he's not showed any loyalty whatsoever, which no footballer does these days, let's be honest. But he's not showed the club loyalty as we did when he was shit. You know what I mean? We could have easily got rid of him, but we didn't. We held on to him, and he's shit on us, really, and he's got 30 plus goals in one season. If you look at his goals per season, like, if you average his goals per game, over the time where he's been here, it's not that good. I think it was 90 odd appearances and 41 goals. which it's not the best, really, is it? When you look at it like that, would he do it again next season? Does Sunderland want to risk giving him a massive contract, what he's asking, a signing on fee, and double the wages? Are we going to risk that for him? When for me, I would just give Ross Stewart a chance. You know what I mean? He looks an absolute handful when he's playing. He can run off the defender. He can get in behind. He can beat them for pace. Charlie Wyke kind of do nout, but when the ball's due to come into the box, he'll peel off the defender and he'll win the header. I think he scored his goal when Jordan Jones squared into the box. I can't remember what game it was, but comment below if you know. And he was stretching when he toe poked it in. I can't remember what game it was now, but I can barely remember any of the goals where he's scoring when it's not put on his head. So for me, I'm not really asked if he cans. Good luck to him. I hope he... Well, actually, not good luck to him because he didn't show any loyalty to us. So let him get on with it. If he cans, he cans. I couldn't give a shite, mate. Comment below what you are thinking and I'll read a few out regarding the situation. But for me, he can do one. If he wants to gan, let him gan. But I'll happily keep him in, and he can be a number 2 to Ross Stewart for me. Back on the chat. Whoop, I like going back a bit. Forrester's dropped in, my channel member. You can see because he's writing his name's in green and he's got a badge. Cheers for joining as a member in any way, mate. Much appreciated. And also, can you hit the thumbs up if you want? I think I've got this to put here and all for when people drop in and that. If I get a new subscriber, it'll pop up a little ammunition thing here or whatever it is. But I hit the thumbs up. Try to get a little bit more professional. Looking alright now. I've learnt new other things to do on the live stream. But let's get back in the chat. See what people say regarding Charlie Wyke. Somebody said I don't think Ross Stewart will hit that many goals. Maybe 16, but we didn't know much about Ross Stewart. His goals per game, I think it was a little bit better than Charlie Wyke's. In Charlie Wyke's first 2 seasons with Sunderland, I think Ross Stewart's was better. And you've got to understand that given injury free, and then given a long spell in the first team, I think he will get 20 plus. I'm going to put my head on the chopping block, and I'm going to see a 20 plus for if he gets in the team a lot. Tom says, I agree, Ross Stewart is class. I hope he plays if we keep Embleton and step up. Well, Elliot Embleton today had on his Instagram a Sunderland shirt, I'm sure it was a Sunderland shirt, but it was face down. He had his name put on. So for me, I think signs are good. I think he will be in the first team. Lee Johnson's already said that he's going to be in the first team in anyway, but fingers crossed he is. Marion's dropped in. Alright, Marion says, great video, thank you, much appreciated. I think Tom and Mikey are having a conversation amongst themselves. A notification just come down for Matt Hancock. I didn't care about him and his dirty doings. You know what I mean? Right, let's get back on it. Michael has just said, at Michael Weir, I agree, Mike Goldbridge is GILESY. I wish. Do you know what? I wish I could do his setup and have me picture a bit more clearer. Like me shirt looks a bit too bright on the stream and shit like that. Little extras. I'm going to try and put in the space over there the Papa John's trophy on a shelf. But it's a bit hard to do at the minute. I'm just sussing it all out, you know what I mean? But we're getting there. It looks alright. King Maguire's dropped in, says, alright mate, alright. I wish he was still at the club, Maguire. I wish he was. Martin Allen's dropped in and says, will Sunderland miss this guy? Well, do you know what? It's a hard question. It's a one what's up for debate at the minute with Sunderland supporters. As if you gone off just last season, right? Forget the way it went near the end, and Sunderland supporters were giving him stick when he was leaving the stadium and all that carry on. You would see 100% we'll miss them goals, and I think we will. I really believe. I think we'll miss the goals, even if say Stewart's injured, and Charlie Wyke can come straight in. and he can get some assists off McGeady. The thing is, for me, we did have to sign another striker. We have to, just for if Ross Stewart's injured. I think Will Grigg will move on. So for me, I think we'll probably will miss Charlie Wyke. But like I say, if he wants to go on, then let him go on. It's a bit of a thingy trick though. If he does go on, knee lightly and stuff, like I was saying earlier. But I think we would miss him. Back on the chat. Hey, Benoe lad. Benoe's just dropped in. He's got a new badge. So Forrester, you'll have to catch up to him. He's got a new badge. Do you think you'll end up getting Piggott from Wimbledon? Well, if you're a regular viewer, you'll realise that I like Piggott. I was talking to my friend. I've said this numerous times. If you like watch us all the time, you're probably sick of us saying it. But I've got a friend who does commentary on AFC Wimbledon games in the stadium, like on their radio channel, and he's called Michael. He was saying to us, I was saying to him, that Piggott's a big player, especially for AFC Wimbledon at the time. And I was saying he will get you out the relegation zone and you'll be safe. Michael had doubts, but he did. He got 20 goals for them this season, which is really good considering where they finished in the league. Imagine him up top in our team, for instance, or in a Peterborough team, and you've got McGeady with the assists. He probably would have got more goals than Charlie Wyke, let's be honest. Do you know what? There's one thing I do agree with, is the Peterborough owner when he said, if we had Clark Harris in that team, in a Sunderland team, he would have got 50 plus goals. I don't know about 50, but he would have got more than 30, 34. I really do believe that, because he offers more than what Charlie Wyke does. Back on the chat, GILESY, what about Viv Solomon? Otterbo from Wigan seems a decent player. If you gone off his, that's Mikey who said that. If you gone off his record, just his record, it doesn't look good. Birmingham, 30 plus games, 2 goals. Wigan, 30 plus games, 2 goals as well. I think it's the cheap option for Jordan Jones. I said this in a previous video. It's the cheap option for Jordan Jones. And I think that's what Sunderland's gone down that route. There's still no sign of him. There's still no sign of Jacob Carney, the youth goalkeeper. He hasn't been announced what apparently we're linked with. We've been linked with a lot of players, and Sunderland, being Sunderland, have got the fucking thumbs up the arse, and we're not digging now. They need to get the fingers out the arse and start making movements. It's not happening. Do you know what? The reason why I'm saying this, because normally I would say just calm down, wait till, I think they'll have plenty of irons in the fire, fingers in pies, and we'll be looking at the deals. But at the minute, of previous seasons, it didn't go and read for us. Look at panic buying. Will Grigg, 3 million, sorry, or whatever it was, gone up to 4. Do you know what I mean? We got stung with that when we should have offered Josh Madge the fucking money. Right, back on the chat. Benoe says, oh, Giles, you can't deny without Wyke last season. We wouldn't have finished in the top half of the table. True, mate, true. And that's what I'm saying. I'm on the fence in a way, because gone off previous, like of history, previous seasons, we could have easily got rid of him on the year. He scored 30 plus goals. You know what I mean? It's one of them. Right, Doug B says he would rather keep Luke O'Nien than Wyke. Getting onto that, I'll quickly go back down onto this and get rid of this. Oops. Right, this boy here. For me, there's rumours coming out that he's in talks with Sunderland. It looks like he's close to signing, but he still hasn't. Neither has McGeady, neither has Denver Hume. Which, for me, them 3 players there ahead of Charlie Wyke. I know it sounds mad because he got 30 odd goals. But for me, we need to sign O'Nien for his versatility. If we are left thin at the back again with injuries, or nobody comes in, we didn't sign any more defenders, which I think it'll be criminal if we didn't get Sanderson, which I'll come on to that as well. For me, his versatility, just alone, we'll have to sign him. We'll have to, just for his versatility. We've never seen him. The only thing what worries me about Luke O'Nien, right, is simply that we haven't, 3 managers haven't given him a chance in midfield. There's always been players who he's picked ahead of him. Lee Johnson done that with 09, even before the injuries at the defence, where he was playing him at right back, and then he played Max Power at right back. But for me, his versatility alone, you've got to sign the lad. He always gave his best for Sunderland. You know, for me, we've got to keep him, got to sign him, and I think with rumours coming out that we're not far off signing him in any way. For me, I would sign the Cheshire Cat, would sign the Smiler, and keep him back in the Sunderland team, and hopefully he can get a chance in the midfield where he belongs, not in defence, where a lot of fans were criticising Luke O'Neill for his performances over the season when they didn't realise he was playing a fucking defence, either right back, centre back, sometimes at left back. Wait till he gets a chance, he's time to shine in midfield, then we can judge the lad, you know what I mean? So for me, Luke O'Neill stays in the team. Right, this boy, keep digging that the wrong way around, you know. Hey, what am I doing? Where's this? Right, boom, that's better. And if you haven't subscribed to me, subscribe. If you haven't followed us on Twitter or Instagram, go and follow us there. Right, nice one. Like I was saying, it'll be criminal if Sunderland didn't sign this man here, Dion Sanderson. Can you please tell me why we've got a billionaire owners and we're only offering 1 million for a player like Dion Sanderson? Comment below and let us know what you think the crack is, and I'll quickly read a few out as I'll quickly drop in and out of the live chat and cracking on here. I'll quickly go on here. Thean SCFC's dropped in. Alright mate, nice to see you in the chat. He says any good? Yeah, I'm okay. He's talking amongst himself. He says alright Paul mate. Alright mate, nice to see you. And anyway, right, back on the chat. That's good. Hey Thean. Hey Thean, what you do? Everybody's talking to Thean. But anyway, as AI so much chat. It says here, Camera Jude says, because Wolves have rejected 2 million apparently, and my hometown football club Sheffield are linked with them. Do you know what it is for me? What was the? Do you know? I didn't even want to say it because some fans are probably not like it in a way, but I'm going to say it anyway. What's the point in having a billionaire owner when they're not willing to pay more than £1 million when Wolves wanted 2 million? When, listen to this, he knows the league, right? He's played in this league, he's shone in this league, he got a goal for us, and also he's young, meaning he's going to progress, he's going to get better, he's going to become a much better centre back. So you're paying for the future as well. And £1 million is an insult in my opinion. Dion Sanderson, and I've probably seen that, right? You know, when he's in training on his pedal bike like he has on his Instagram, sitting on his pedal bike looking at that thinking, fucking £1 million, are they having a laugh? The way I played for them last season, and it got us to show because we went on a losing streak when he got injured. For me, 1 million's an insult. We should pay the 2 million because, listen, Dreyfus has apparently got 2 billion. And I didn't give a shit about wage structure and financial whatever the fucking carry on. We need to get out of this league. Imagine what the Sunderland supporters are going to be like if we are in this league for another year after this year, what we haven't even started yet. Imagine what we'll be like. We'll get nowhere near the attendances what we've got this season, and that's simply, I reckon, because of COVID. If COVID didn't hit, we wouldn't be getting these numbers of season tickets what's being sold. Not a fucking chance. Nowhere. No one wants to come to the stadium when we're in League One if it wasn't for COVID. I reckon we wouldn't have went. What was it? 15,000 what's being sold? We wouldn't have got 10. Tell you now, we wouldn't have got 10 if COVID didn't hit. And fans hadn't been there, in my opinion anyway. That's just my opinion. But for me, we've got to break our necks and sign him. Do you know if we do sign him, it will be making a statement in League One. It will be like saying, look, we're here, like the top teams who's spending wisely. We've got to keep up with the likes of Ipswich, who's going to be pushing for promotion. Do you know what? Even Wigan, do you know what? I know they finished where they did, but you've got to look at what they're doing in the transfer market. They're signing players, and they're signing wisely as well. Max Power for them, when he played for them, he did really well for them. And when have I got him in again? Anyway, I have. And when Max Power played for them, he was linked up with, believe it or not, Will Grigg. And so for me, if Will Grigg, as he's rumoured to be wanting to go back home, as he puts it, which is he wishes he never left, back down to what you call it, Wigan, links up with Max Power. You know what I mean? They've done really well when they were there together before, so who's to say they're not going to hit the ground running again? And funnily enough, Max Power's first game is back at the Stadium of Light. How mad is that? And you just know it. It's written in the stars that Max Power's 93rd minute strike is going to finally come back down to earth in the home game against Sunderland. It's going to hit the top corner past Birch. You can just see it. No, in any way past Patterson, because for me, Patterson's our number one. Right, I'm just going to jump back on the chat, see what people's cracking on about. Right, where was I up there? Carl Stewart's just dropped in. Alright, Carl, mate, how are you? He says, love the new desk, etc. GILESY. Thanks very much, mate. I'll quickly say, because the thumbnail was about Charlie Wyke, so I'll quickly put this back up. It gives people other things to look at really as well, rather than just my ugly mug. But there you go, you can watch the goals over now again. Don't think I got all of them in there, but they're there. Thean says Wigan will be good. Could be good the next Blackpool. That's what I think, mate. I totally agree with you. I think Wigan, they're not going to struggle next season. Well, I'm saying next season. It's more or less this season. Season starts in August. I think there could be a dark horse, simply because that was their first year back down in the League One. They obviously got rid of a few players, brought some in. The struggle to adapt to League One again. Where now I think they'll be ready to crack on and bring the right players in as they are digging. Max Power, experienced League One player. They're bringing him into the squad. And they're looking at a few other players, and they've brought other players in other than Max Power. So for me, I think you're right. I think there will be a dark horse and have a promotion push. I don't think they'll get the automatics, but I think they will have they'll be there and thereabouts. I'm not going to do like a predictions on who's going to finish where until, the January, just about the day before with the opening day of the season. So I can see who's went where. Debbie Lewis has dropped in. Should support the lads no matter what league we're in. True. If the attendances drop, it will be a joke, she says. You're right. You're totally right. But that's what certain fans are like. Because look, when we're in the Premier League, sellouts, much better players, much better football. Simply because of that, fans, certain fair weather supporters, the fickle fans, D-Gan. I didn't. I'll support them if they're in League Two, but others didn't. Simply, it's just the way the world works. Simple as that, really. Forrester FCFC says Patterson, time to shine. 100% agree. If we can get, Tom says we're meant to be linked with the Shackleton from Leeds. I would sign him straight away if we are linked with him. But I've never heard that. I've never even heard that we're linked with him. I've been looking on the news online regarding any transfers like in League One in and out, and I've literally seen nothing regarding Sunderland. The only thing I've seen regarding Sunderland is the fact that Wyke is asked for the 4-year contract, double the wages, and a signing on fee. He probably sees this as his last big move, and he wants to, suck the next team. I'm not saying suck them dry, but you know what I mean. He's trying to get the most money as he possibly can, which I didn't blame him. Because if I was a footballer, I'd do the same. Right, back on the chat. Thean says, I know there's still time, but I'm getting worried. The open coming season will be the weakest Sunderland team by far. I hope I'm wrong. And I'll get back on the chat in a couple of minutes because I'm going to agree with Thean on this. I'm getting a bit worried now. Simply because we've got a billionaire owner. Billionaire. 2 billion apparently. And when he said in an interview that he said along the lines of this is a joint ownership, Soon as I heard them words, I went, oh, fucking hell, we're going again. And if we really wanted big players, soon as that window opened, Bumble would have got them like that. Money's in the object, apparently. He's got 2 billion, remember that. So, offering 1 billion, then we're looking at Viv Solomon, the cheap option for Jordan Jones, in my opinion. I'm worried. I am worried now. We haven't done nothing yet, and it's nearly the first pre-season game in, 6, 7 days? 30 days in June. So, 5, 6, 8 days. Just over a week. Our first pre-season, when you're supposed to be bedding your new players in, having a look at them, and we haven't got any. We've got rid of loads, but we haven't brought anybody in. We still haven't signed McGeady. Denver Hume, which is going to be absolute critical. He's going to be absolute critical that we get him in, signed, secured this season. In this, 09, he still hasn't signed a contract. So for me, I'm worried. I'm totally worried. I don't think there's a Sunderland supporter out there who's not thinking, fucking hell, what's going on at the club at the minute? Knee signings, nothing happening. I am a bit worried now, mate. I totally agree with you. We should have had at least 1 or 2 players in by now. But Viv, he's got pace. I've seen him. I've researched him, done a bit of research on his goals, his history and record. It's not one to be desired. He's had plenty of game time in League One as well. But he can cause a threat getting in behind, and his trickery. He's going to have to seriously improve and up his goal tally if he wants to get in the even starting 11. Or if we're looking at him as a Jordan Jones, I'm worried. 100%, mate. I'm agree with you on that. Back on the chat. Colin May just dropped in. Same old story. Sunderland is going to be late panic buys. That's why I'm worried, mate. A lot of Sunderland supporters, well, not a lot, I'd say a few on Twitter. If you didn't follow us on Twitter or Instagram, it's there. Quickly have a look and go and follow us. Do you know what? I'm where was that comment? Same old Sunderland. That's why I'm worried. I was saying aye. Same old Sunderland, late panic buys. And the why I'm worried is because Speckman, Lee Johnson, the lot of them have said they're not digging that anymore. So if they're not digging that and they're not spending, what the fuck they're digging? Freeze, loans. We still haven't brought any of them in yet. So what's going on? I know there's plenty of time, but I was hoping we could have got 3 or 4 in by pre-season. The start of pre-season as well, so we can have plenty of minutes, plenty of time on the training pitch, and we can suss out who's going to be in our starting 11 instead of Lee Johnson, like he did this season gone. He didn't know his starting 11 till practically. No, he didn't. He didn't even know his starting 11 till the very end, the Lincoln games. He still didn't even know it then. So I am worried. I'm not on the fence. I'm a worried Sunderland supporter. I don't know what years are. Right, I'm just going to quickly, if you're all watching, do us a massive favour. We've got 29 likes. See if we can get our 35. Be much appreciated. Right, back on the chat. See what people are saying. Benoe, he said, loaning Ethan Galbraith. He says he was shocked when we got the notification regarding loans for Ethan Galbraith. Seems, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Seems like he's gone on his holidays with how quiet it's been. I know, totally agree. Michael Hunt, he's dropped in the chat as well. I'll quickly give him a shout out. Sunderland die, no matter. But it's getting a bit depressing being a Sunderland fan. There's nothing to look forward to. Looking towards the season going forward. Hope I'm proved wrong, mate. I totally agree with you. I'm a bit worried. Like I've just said for about 5 minutes. There's the thing what's pissing me off is the fact that there's no incomings and outgoings. But I didn't even want anyone to go now. Even players who I would potentially move on, like the likes of Will Grigg, because there's nothing coming in. We're going to be left thin of gain. You've got Sanderson, who said in an interview that he wants to play in the Premier League with Wolves, or then you've got Sheffield United, who's sniffing around him in the Championship. So are we even going to land him? Not offering $1 million, we're not. So it is a bit depressing times. Mandy Max has just dropped in saying, gonna wait to see what happens after the Euros finish. Right, fingers crossed, Mandy, that we'll have at least got one player in the door by then. Back on the chat, a new person on the chat that says Thomas Mitchell was screwed then, pretty much. We're screwed then. Nah, there is plenty of time. If you want to look at it on the other side of the coin, there is plenty of time. But it's just looking at them players, bringing that Viv in. He might not work in a Sunderland shirt. Listen, you've got to understand how many times this is when, you know, about Sunderland bring a player in, you think he's going to do. Well, look at Will Grigg, just as we were previously talking about him. Just look at certain players where you expected high expectations and we thought, yes, what a signing that is for Sunderland. And they've been absolute shit. Adam Johnson, the nonce, he was shit when he first come. Jack Rodwell, he was absolute diabolical. And he was looking at getting into the England team. I think he was in the England team at one point, and then he was going to get back in the England team. This was his big move to Sunderland from Man City, it was. Oh, wait, man. Fucking hell, you know what I mean? Sunderland have done this time and time again. So for me, we need them in early so we can suss them out. Benoe says, yeah, under 23 lad. No, mate, I haven't seen nothing about it. Forrester says, SCFC, we have so many players to replace just for squad depth. We've got no strength in depth at the minute, mate, totally agree. And we've got no captain in the team. You kind of give like the likes of, say, Luke O'Nien. He's too nice of a player to give him the captaincy. Can you see him really screaming the team on, giving people abuse, like players, teammates, giving them stick, giving them ear bashing when we're getting beat or drawn, where we should be really turning teams over. You cannot say Luke O'Nien doing that. And to be honest, I cannot say anybody in the Sunderland shirt digging it. The only one I could say digging it is because he's voiced his opinions before is McGeady, but I wouldn't want to give it to McGeady. I'd want somebody like, say, in the midfield, maybe a centre half. But at the minute, I cannot say anybody in the team, who could step up to that role. The only reason I say McGeady is because when we were playing shit and we were in the changing rooms, it was acting away. He give them it. He says, years will never mount to anything if you think this is acceptable to play the way you are. But them didn't like it. Certain players didn't like it. The manager didn't like it, and that's why he got. I think apparently that's just off Aidan McGeady's side. That's why he got ostracised out the team. But we need players like that. We need players who's going to turn around and say, "Listen, pull your socks up. You're playing fucking shit." Oh wait, we should be bashing these teams. What you're doing, like he did. So for me, that's the only reason I would give him the captaincy at the minute. Until if we can bring somebody else in, then fair enough, we'll look at it then. But at the minute, for me, it's fucking only Sigurd McGeady getting it. Rovers One Blog's dropped in. Alright, mate, I haven't heard of you for a while. He's just dropped in, says, where did he say it? Evening, mate. Can't subscribe to him. He does Rovers. Obviously, Bristol City. Wow, no, Bristol Rovers. Fucking hell. He wouldn't have liked that one. Right, back up on the chat. Coventry Race has dropped in as well. He said 7-0. Yes, mate. It will be 7-0. 7-0 to Sunderland when we play Wigan. Attack a 1-0. For everybody who doesn't know, it's just a running joke between me and him. Right. Let's quickly get back on the chat. Thomas Mitchell says we need a Roy Keane out of retirement as give him captaincy again. That's I know obviously he's having a joke, but it's a fair point. We need a Roy Keane type, Kevin Ball type. I've said it before. Somebody who is aggressive, like a Stuart Pearce. A lot of people might not know who he is. Like cannot relate, sorry, as he's probably before their time. But just look him up on YouTube and you'll sharp understand, especially when he scored his penalty for England. We need that type of player, an aggressive, dare I say it, an angry player. We need that. We need it. Physical. That's what we need, and he'll be captain. Vegan Mackham's dropped in, and he says, alright, Giles, keep the faith. I will. But it's not looking good at the minute. That's all I'm going to say. And also I missed out Colin Major. We're another Barley. We need another Barley. Aye, we do, mate. So that's it from now. I think I'll wrap things up. Can you, before you do, smash a thumbs up? It'd be much appreciated. I'm going to try and come live about this time because I'm really busy over the weekend now. Over the weekends has just picked up and I'm getting really busy, so that's why I've come on a bit early for. With like I say, I'm getting busy, so I'll try and come on about this time. This is ideal for me, and it'll be more regular every Friday. Or if there's any news regarding contracts, say McGeady, Hume, 09, instead of it being a video, I'll just come live, and so I can dig a little bit of interaction with the people who watch me videos as well, which will be a little bit better than just a video. So, that's what I'm planning on doing. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. I will, right before I go on anywhere, somebody asked us in my last videos what away days I want to go to, and I'll quickly go on. And give you a quick couple where I go to, because I screenshotted it before. Obviously, we start off at Wigan. Like, that's the opening game. I'm going to try to get there as many away days on Tuesday as I possibly can, and the odd away day on Saturdays. Like I might have to miss a few on Saturdays because I'm busy. I really am. If I can get the live stream done, or not, it'll be a match vlog because I'll be going to the matches now. I'll not be live streaming it. I'll be going to every home game, but the odd one on a Saturday and the majority on a Tuesday. So I'll be going to. This is a quick look. Sheffield Wednesday. I'll get to that one if I possibly can. That's on a Saturday. The Tuesday's games. Quickly have a look. I'll flick it over. Tuesday. Crewe Alexander. I'll try and get to that one. I probably scored. Shrewsbury Town. I didn't think so. That's on November the 23rd on a Tuesday night. Basically, it's going to be more or less the Saturday ones. Morecambe. Tuesday. Away game. Oh no, so it's home. Shite. Home. Wednesday. We'll play a Wednesday. I can't read it quick enough. Saturday's Tuesday. Oh, that was a Tuesday one. Tuesday on February away at Cheltenham. Oh, I'd love to go to that. And do you know what? I love the old school stadiums. You know what I mean? And the teams who's just come up. I would love. I think they'll give it 100,000,000% when they come to play us, like everybody did when we first come down in this league. So I would love to go to them games and do match vlogs for everyone. You know what I mean? It'd be mint. That's what this channel's missed, the match vlog. I know the live streams did alright for us, and I think at one point I had about 270 viewers, which at the time, I was just over 2,000 subscribers, so which was class for me. I was buzzing. Where now there's not really happening and they've died off for everybody, so the match vlog is what everybody wants to do. Every YouTuber does, so that's what I kind of way to do, especially away days. I think it's crashed. Yeah, Bushcraft Marco's dropped in and says hello. Alright, mate. Rumours that was signing Piggott. Love to sign Piggott. I've said it numerous times. But anyway, I was just wrapping up, and anyway, mate. Sorry, I've gone have to leave you. Thanks for dropping in. It'll be much appreciated. It'll be every Friday, like I say, or I'll go live if there's any transfer rumours. Transfers happening. If we sign anybody, or if we re-sign McGeady and etc. Hit the thumbs up before you're gone and all. I'll be over the moon with that. And I'll see you Friday, unless there's any news. See you in a bit. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter.